Hi, Don Cohen Live on LinkedIn Live. So happy you could join me today. And please listen closely. I've got some great tips that can really accelerate your LinkedIn success. So let's get into it. The topic of today is turning LinkedIn inbound into outbound opportunities. Now, what does that mean? Well, basically, most people are always sending things out, hoping something comes back. And traditionally, they're filtering, making a list, communicating with that list. And, they're really starting everything from scratch. So here's how you can begin with something that's already been put forward to you. The idea is to communicate with friends instead of strangers. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let me share my screen and I'll show you basically, where you can find friends that you haven't really considered. So let's move to sharing. Okay. So basically, we're on my profile here. And as you can see, which is really cool, is this LinkedIn Live is playing live on my profile until it finishes, and then it'll post. I've got a great LinkedIn Live program I just launched, co-hosting. I'm picking 2 or 3 people. If you want to learn more about it, go to doncohenconsulting.com. But let's just move to my profile and figure out, okay, where is the inbound coming, right? Well, basically, one of the first places to start would be profile views, right? And these people have reached out to me in the last minute, 30 minutes, who have checked me out, went to my profile, and, let's just take Anthony Hayes, right? Or even better, let's take Brooks Luby. And basically, she's a designer. She's here in Colorado. Great lady. I know her. And as you can see, look at all the messages we've had. Look at all the communications, right? And it keeps going. And so if you move back, you can say, again, to this list, look at how many people have checked me out. Stephen Tasher, right? Chief Executive Officer. He's got 4,000 connections. So it'd be so easy to tailor my outbound to say, hi, Stephen. So happy, you checked out my profile. I see we have a lot in common. Let's get together on a Zoom. So moving back, so you can see that that's just profile views. Now, the other element to this is by having interactions, you don't have to do a lot of things for people to get to know you. That's already in place. So really, it's a matter of seeing, who today or yesterday, I kind of look in 72-hour blocks, who's been interacting. And based on that, it's an easy opportunity to invite them to a Zoom to just say, hey, it's been a while since we, chatted. And here's why I'm getting back to you, because of this. Because in most cases, there was alignment and commonality of interest, but you couldn't figure a proposition that worked for both parties and really fit into what their game plan was. Well, people change, things change, time changes, and you change. There's a saying, for things to change, you have to change. So whatever's changed with you now is an opportunity to say, hey, I just developed a new program. I know we talked about this 8 months ago. Maybe this will work. I'd love to get your input. Here's the other thing. There's a saying, if you want money, ask for advice. And if you want advice, ask for money. So the point is people love to be helpful. but they don't always love to be part of your plan. So you can always use an opportunity that really follows whatever your conversations have been, and most of them have been altruistic, to say, I really value your opinion, like to share it with you, and can we have a call? Now, here's what it does. It qualifies whoever you're talking to and puts them in another category. Maybe they're more active, maybe they're less active, but that's okay. If you have enough of them, and I guarantee you, you have more than you'll ever imagine if you use it. I don't know why people want other people to do something for them based on how they do it, but when other people do it the same way they do it to yourself, it gets turned off. You can't sell what you don't buy. So anyways, the other key is let me share my screen. I'll show you another opportunity. So really the opportunities are everywhere. And, getting back to, okay, here's my screen share. Getting back to me, then you say, okay, where's the next opportunity? So we just went to profile views, remember? I had 1,900 profile views in the previous week. That's 2,000. That's 300 a day. And it never ends, right? And yesterday I probably had 300. So every day just there, I'm getting about 300. Now move to another category, which is, you could see search appearances, but, let's go to a post. So let's go to a post. And here's yesterday's post, okay? It was another LinkTank Live. Well, basically, I've got 12 people who liked it, another opportunity to reach out and again share my gratitude. I had 3 comments, but this is a video and the comments aren't that strong. But if we go to, let's say, an article that I do once in a while, you'll see anyways, it gets larger with that. Here's another important element while we're here. I do polls every post that's a text post. And here is the question, would you like to be tagged in my post? If you go to answers, 20 people said yes. Another outreach to me to create an outreach to them. And some of these are people are very significant. I know Hamza pretty well. He's got 10,000 followers. And really what you're picking up is influencers here, people who are active. You only want to go to work with people who want to work and want to work with you. And the other thing is the ones who are active are the ones that you can promote so easily with. And the key to LinkedIn is co-promotion. So where else can you find it? Well, we talked about likes, we talked about comments, we talked about polls, we talked about messaging. Look at here. These are all people in the last day or so that have messaged me. And some of these people, again, are people I'm well connected with. Here's Maria, right? Award-winning author, has 71,000 connections. But look at all the conversations we've had. So it's so easy to keep going back to people who you've already been with and then continuing the collaboration in order to expand it beyond LinkedIn. You can't do business in LinkedIn, but you can find business in LinkedIn and do it outside of LinkedIn. And connections should turn into conversations that should turn into collaborations. I've been doing this 3 years every day, and I've seen everything. I came in pretty experienced and knowledgeable of business. And since then, I've gotten to be, I would consider, one of the most prodigious producers of content on LinkedIn. I do a LinkedIn Live at least twice a day. I do my post every day. I've got my newsletter. And you know what it is? It's all free. LinkedIn gives you all these opportunities to leverage their platform, 810 million people, different ways of communicating. Some people take polls that don't do comments. Some people do comments that don't do LinkedIn Live. You got to find people where they are and provide significant value up front, overserve, so that they can build trust, confidence, and likability in you. And then in turn, now you're getting to know people on a comfortable level. And here's the beauty of reaching out to people who are reaching out. There's no salesy to it. It's really just, hey, how you doing? Well, if you just say, hey, great, how you doing? Then maybe you're talking 6 months. But if it's like, hey, I just noticed this and I just noticed you, let's have a call. Because these people, they wouldn't be taking time out of their busy day and kind of raising their hand to say, hey, I like what you're doing, or I'm here, or I'm still interested. That's your cue to say, hey, thank you. If that's all it is, it was worth it for that. If it goes beyond that, that's gravy. And while you're thinking about which stranger to introduce yourself to, why not reintroduce yourself to friends? It makes so much sense. And it's so much easier and comfortable. It's almost like people are planting seeds and they're cultivating, but they never go to harvest. They keep building piles of great connections. I've got 38,000 connections, and I can tell you it reduces to about 300 that fit into this category. But 300 influencers that have an average of 10,000 followers is a huge amplification of my content once they expand and open their network to it. And that's where synergies, that's where collaboration, that's where planned collective behavior versus meeting by accident, doing things here and there and unduplicatable. So, and that's what I put together in my new LinkedIn Live coaching plan. It's unbelievable. Check it out at doncohenconsulting.com. I'm only looking for 2 or 3 people, and I'm going to take everything I'm doing and work with them for a month to make sure they can do what I'm doing, get the results, and really accelerate. Because at that point, then I'm in a better position to have a template that can really expand to a bigger audience. So anyways, take the inbound. It's everywhere. And, the other thing is create inbound. Don't wait, make. So while you're waiting for something to happen, you should be creating something and doing things that get response, because there is no failure. There's only feedback, right? The more you do, the more you learn, the better you do once you learn what you're supposed to do. And then all of a sudden you distinguish yourself, and in 810 million people, it's a mob out there. You got to elevate, you got to get top of mind awareness. And what is it that's going to create that? You, but only when it's amplified, projected over the right audience, the right way. And why not do it right? There's a saying, if you don't have time to do it right, you have time to do it over again. And life's too short and success is so close. Why not grab for the brass ring? So anyways, with that said, hope you can use inbound to help support your outbound. And all of a sudden, you'll flip everything upside down and you'll get out of being plateaued. And all of a sudden, you'll see opportunities you never saw or took advantage of. So anyways, thank you again for watching. Appreciate it, and share it with others. And I'll be back actually today at 2 p.m. Eastern with Mike Weiss on our LinkTank show, which is just great. Mike's just a visionary of LinkedIn knowledge, and he's really making big moves. So anyways, talk to you later. Bye for now, and have a